Today in my wood turning class, I'm going to talk about some more tools. What is a live center? This is a live center. It simply means it has a Morris 2 taper on it or a Morris 1 taper, depending on what size your lathe is, and then it has some series of ball bearings in it that turn it or rotate it, or it stays solid and the piece of wood or the material can turn. And I have cones on this. This is a larger cone. As you can see, I've used quite a bit and it's gotten touched by the tools a little bit. And this is a little bit smaller spur. I use this in my pen mandrels. So that taper is the exact taper as my pen mandrel. And so the pen mandrel goes right in there, nice. And it allows it to be driven by the other end of the lathe and turn freely. So in the tailstock, a live center turns freely. This is a bit of a safety one, you would call it, because it's just got this no teeth on it, and so the wood can spin on this or the whole thing can spin on this set of bearings. And these are nice and big and have dual bearings in them. I believe this is a one-way. This is a one that came with my lathe. These are a little bit smaller, got a point on it, kind of the same safety drive, and I have a couple of extra ones of those kicking around. And truthfully, never use those. These are the only two I use in almost all of my turning, unless I'm in a chuck and I don't need a tailstock. And then we'll switch over here to the lathe and I'll show you how they go in and out. Okay, so to kind of review, the live center goes in the tailstock of the lathe, and you just put it in there and kind of snap it a little bit, just touch it in there, and it essentially locks in good enough. Once it's locked in and you've used it for a while, the way to get it out is to pull the lathe back, to screw it back just far enough for it to hit on the inside there and then come out. One warning I've heard is do not ever crank this back in very much farther than it takes to just put pressure on the live center and get it out. You can use what's called a dead center, but that's a little bit different tool, and a live center is a lot more safe and just works really well. So I would definitely recommend for wood turning, get a live center that can have multiple tips on it, and you can use it for most all your projects, including pen turning, spindle turning, and bowl turning. Alright, well there we go. Thanks for watching. I hope that gives you a little bit of explanation about some of the lathe tools that we use. If you have questions, leave them down in the comments. I'm glad to do more videos about this. I love the comments. Thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe, and go tell your wood turning buddies.